To this day, one of the most common questions I still get about my Tesla electric car is, what do you do if it runs out of charge when you're driving somewhere? If it completely runs out of electricity, what do you do? Because you obviously can't bring a gas can. And my response is pretty simple, honestly. I say, well, I've been driving it for 5 years and that's never happened. But if it does happen, I guess I'll have to call a tow truck. I mean, what are you gonna do? That's kind of something that you might have to do one day, really with any car if you have a big enough problem. But there actually is another way, almost kind of like an electric gas can, maybe not quite as convenient, but this may be more convenient than calling a tow truck, and that is a portable solar generator like the one from Jackery that I'm gonna talk to you about today. So thank you to Jackery for sponsoring this video and allowing me to share this product with you and show you some of the really cool uses you can use for your Tesla, but also there's a bunch of stuff you can do with this thing outside of just for your Tesla specifically. And I have used these devices in the past when we've had power outages at my house. Now, if you'd like to purchase one of these for yourself, Jackery is having a Fall for Solar Prep for Power event. Jackery is having discounts of up to 40% on select Jackery Amazon store and Jackery official website items. On top of that, follow Jackery on Facebook and YouTube for the Mega Live event on October 10th. You can tune in for surprising gifts worth up to $50,000. So let's unbox this thing and talk about some of the specs and what you can expect to get if you pick up one of these Jackery solar generators. The Jackery 1000 Plus has more power in a smaller size with 1,260 watt hours and a power output of 2,000 watts. You can expand the Jackery up to 5 kilowatt hours for outdoors and emergencies. It supports almost all devices, including refrigerators, coffee makers, microwaves, drills, pretty much anything you can plug in. It also has long-lasting LFP batteries with 4,000 charge cycles. This sustainable next-gen generator is whisper quiet and emission-free. It has advanced IBC technology, ultra-fast solar charging in just 2 hours. An industry-first 100% recyclable package is also included. This battery is also super easy to use with quick setup in just 1 minute. Lightweight and foldable solar panels, smart app control, and it's super quiet. Now, Jackery has a few different sizing options, but what we're looking at today is the Explorer 1000 Plus. What you get with this is a 1.2 kilowatt hour capacity and an output of up to 2 kilowatts, which is actually more than your standard wall plugs can output at home. So really powerful unit here. Now, the price on this is around $1,200, depending on the sales going on and things. And then you can up that price if you want to add some solar panels to it, which we will explore in this video as well. So you can charge it in the sun, or you can charge it plugged in, or a combination of both, or really whatever you need. If you have enough solar panels, you can actually charge this thing fully 100% just from solar in as little as 2 hours, which is pretty amazing. With the kit I have here, it would take closer to 6 hours to fully charge it on solar. And of course you would need a nice bright sunny day, but the panels did seem pretty efficient in my testing. This unit does have LFP batteries, just like the rear wheel drive Model 3. We know those are long lasting. They have a great life. They're very durable. You're not gonna kill them by charging them too many times or anything. So this unit should last you a really long time. Another really cool feature about these batteries is you can actually expand them up to 5 kilowatt hours. So if you want to get multiple of these, you can string them together and it acts like a bigger battery with more power and more storage. Now, I did pull this out of the box and start charging things right away. It has 100 watt USB-C chargers, which is awesome. I plugged in an iPhone, it was able to charge that. I plugged in my S23 Ultra, which does up to 45 watt super fast charging, and immediately the phone picked up that, yes, this, where it's plugged in, is capable of super fast charging, so my phone picked that up right away. On top of that, I plugged in my laptop using the USB-C power draw, and that was also able to pull just about 100 watts. I think I got up to 99 watts, which is the most my laptop can pull and the most that those USB-C ports can provide. And so that was able to power my laptop. On top of that, my laptop has a 240 watt charger that of course just plugs into a standard wall outlet, and the Jackery was fully capable of charging that as well. I did hear the fans ramp up a bit as the battery does have active cooling to keep the LFP cells inside healthy and happy, but it wasn't too loud, but it is something you'll notice if you're kind of pulling more power. But I was able to crank my laptop to the max, put it on, like, open a game, have the graphics cranked up, and put it on the highest kind of power draw setting that my laptop would take. And the laptop was fine. It had no problems, and the Jackery battery had no problem supplying all that power. So what can you do with this Jackery solar generator? Well, have you ever used a normal gas generator? Yeah, I have one, and they're awful. They're so loud. You need gas to run it, obviously, which is bad. And when you have a power outage, you can't bring that inside, obviously, because it's spewing toxic fumes and would kill you if you brought it in your house, literally. Well, with a solar generator, it's a battery, so you can have it charged up, ready to go before a storm or whatever, and you can bring it in your house. You could put it wherever you need it. And let's say the power goes out, you could then plug your fridge into this unit. You could charge your phones. You could do all those things. And this has enough power to really use anything in your house that you need to use. So anything you can plug into a standard wall outlet, you can also plug into this same unit. Now, of course, if you use more power, it's not gonna last as long. If you use less power, it'll last you a really long time. But for intermittent outages, it's really great. Now, I do have a couple Tesla Powerwalls in my home that we use often because we often have power outages. But I always say you should have backups for your backups. And this actually did come to fruition for me because last month, my inverter, my solar inverter died. So we had our Tesla Powerwall still, but we weren't bringing in any solar energy. And would you believe it? The power went out for days. I mean, I think the power was out for 2 days or something. And our Powerwalls were just about to be dead. And I was kind of ready. I'm like, all right, I have this backup battery. If my Powerwalls run out of energy, I can't bring in any solar. I can just plop this in the kitchen and plug my fridge in, and then all our food will be good. So how about what I was talking about earlier, charging your Tesla with this thing? Yes, technically you can charge your Tesla with this thing, and I did it and I tested it out to see how well it would do. So let's check out that footage. Now, if you were stuck and you were in a pinch and you needed a little bit of charge, this right here can do it. Now, this only equates to around 1.5% or so of the total battery in this Tesla Model Y. But despite that, electric vehicles are so efficient that little bit of charge can get us just a few miles, which a few miles can be a huge difference when you just need to find any type of electrical outlet, even if it's a standard one at a gas station or some random wall outside that you find. This could get you out of a pinch. Someone could bring this battery to you and help you get those few additional miles. So we're actually gonna plug in here and see how much charge we'll get with 100%. So you can see right here, it's 1:38 p.m. We're at 169 miles. We're gonna plug in and see what we can get out of this battery. All right, so as you can see, my car is plugged in. It won't start charging until I tell it. So if I click start charging down here, sorry, I can't see. It should start charging. And you can see it has its limit of 12 amps is the most. Now you do need a grounding plug. You can get those on Amazon. I can link that down below. But if you have a grounding plug there, this will start charging and we will see how much energy we can get. Now, if we take a look at the Jackery here, you can see that's plugged in. It's outputting 1.4 kilowatts, which is about the limit that you can charge on this NEMA 515. There are NEMA 520 outlets that will charge just a bit faster and will get you, to deplete this battery and put it in your Tesla a little quicker if you are in more of a hurry. So I would recommend picking one of those up from Tesla. They're not very expensive, but yeah, we'll see how this goes. We're already down 2% on our battery. It says it'll take about 0.7 hours to drain the whole battery. So we'll check it out and see how many miles we get. All right, outside here, the app monitoring was very helpful because I was able to watch this from inside. You can see we're at 4%, so we're almost done here. So we'll be done in a few minutes charging, and we can go check in the car and see how much charge we gained. So on the screen there, we can see 172 miles. So we've gained about 3 miles of range, which again, if you're stranded somewhere, you probably were on your way to charge anyway. The chances of some type of outlet being within 3 miles of your current location are pretty good. So 3 miles is a long distance you can drive this entire car versus 0 miles if you've run out of power. And you can see right there at the bottom, we're gaining about 4 miles an hour. The car says plus 3 miles. It's gained about 3 miles in the time that it's been charging. So really nice for backup. And of course, Jackery has bigger batteries too, of course, if you wanted a little bit more of a charge to get out of an emergency situation. And here's the time, 172 miles at 2:44. Now, yes, with the battery we're looking at right here, you're only going to get about 3 miles of charge. But in a situation where you're stranded with 0 miles, your car won't move, 3 miles actually could be a lot. So this could really save you. But again, it's just a little bit of range to get you just like another step. And if you did have the solar panels with you, you could plug those in at the same time. You could be bringing in energy. Now, the solar panels are not going to supply enough energy to, fully charge your Tesla or anything, but it will extend the amount of time that you have that you can be charging your car and get driving a little farther. Now, of course, some other uses for this are camping. If you go camping or you're out or whatever, you're on the go and you need some power, you can bring this thing with you. With the solar panels, they're super light. They take seconds to set up. You just unfold them and plug them in and you're done. That's pretty much it. And point them at the sun, wherever the sun happens to be. And then you're bringing in power, you're charging that battery, you are able to power whatever supplies you're using. I was able to use my laptop and charge my phone at the same time. And with these 2 solar panels, that's 200 watts, that was enough energy to charge my phone, keep my laptop powered, and it had a little bit of extra energy. So it was actually powering up the Jackery battery while I was running those other things and charging those other devices. So these solar panels can really help you last almost indefinitely depending on your power draw. Now, another kind of Tesla specific thing that I think is really cool about this battery is that Tesla frustrates me a little bit in that we have these super powerful cars with gigantic batteries and tons of energy in them, but none of Tesla's vehicles come with an outlet. You have no standard outlet, you have no 240 outlet, you have nothing. Well, with this, you can kind of tap into your battery in your Tesla, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're using the car correctly and you're using this device correctly. The Jackery does come with a car charger, so you can plug the 12-volt car charger into your car, plug that into the Jackery, which will fill up this battery. Now, you can't use the solar panels at the same time. You can kind of only do one or the other, but you can plug in this car charging. So your Tesla, with its giant battery, I mean, it's coming off the 12-volt system, but that does pull from the main battery. Its main battery is charging this Jackery, and now my Tesla has a few outlets in it. So if you're tailgating or whatever you're doing, you have these, you can have this Jackery in the back, you have all of your outlets, you have USB-C ports, USB-A ports, all of that, and you're kind of pulling juice from your Tesla's main battery. So that's a huge benefit that I was really excited about because I've always wanted outlets in my Tesla. It's always confused me. Come on, let me use all this power I have in here. And now with this device, you can do that. So overall, this is a really nice device, Jackery solar generator. I do not like my gas generator, and this thing is awesome to just plug in some solar panels. It's just so easy to use and works so well. Powers all my devices. It has tons of power, and you can kind of use it for whatever you want. So if you have uses for this, I'd love to hear them down in the comments, what you would use this for. And if you're interested, check out my link down below. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you have any questions, leave those down below as well, and you will see me in the next video.